Welcome back to Module 3. Today, we're tackling two of the most practical Layer 2 defenses on the CCNA blueprint. In this lesson, we'll look at how attackers exploit DHCP and ARP on a switched network, and how you can shut those attacks down using DHCP Snooping and dynamic ARP Inspection. By the end, you'll know exactly which commands to type, and more importantly, why each one matters. So let's start with DHCP Snooping. The core idea is simple. Every switch port gets classified as either trusted or untrusted. Trusted ports are your uplinks toward the legitimate DHCP server, and they're allowed to forward server replies like offers and acknowledgements. Untrusted ports, which is everything by default, including your user-facing access ports, are blocked from sending those replies. So, if someone plugs a rogue DHCP server into a wall jack, its offers get dropped at the switch. Meanwhile, the switch quietly builds a binding table, recording which IP belongs to which MAC, on which port, in which VLAN, and that table becomes the foundation for everything else we're about to do. Now let's actually configure it. We start globally with DHCP Snooping, which arms the feature on the switch, then scope it to the VLANs we care about, here 10 and 20. Next, we go into the uplink interface heading toward the real DHCP server and mark it trusted so legitimate replies can flow through. A quick show IP DHCP snooping binding lets you verify the table is populating as client's lease addresses. And if you're worried about DHCP starvation, you can optionally rate limit DHCP messages on those untrusted ports to keep an attacker from draining the pool. With that binding table in place, we can layer on dynamic ARP inspection. DAI watches every ARP packet arriving on untrusted ports and checks the IP to MAC pairing against the snooping table we just built. If it doesn't line up with a real lease, the packet is dropped on the spot. That kills classic ARP spoofing and man-in-the-middle attacks. Uplinks toward your trusted infrastructure stay trusted and skip inspection entirely. And the key thing to remember, without DHCP snooping running first, DAI has no source of truth to validate against. Turning it on is refreshingly simple. We enable ARP inspection on the same VLANs we're snooping, 10 and 20, then jump onto the uplink, gigabit 0/24, and mark it trusted, just like we did for snooping. A quick show IP ARP inspection gives you live counters of validated and dropped packets so you can confirm it's actually catching bad ARPs. And that's the full picture. Snooping shuts down rogue DHCP servers. DAI shuts down ARP poisoning. And together, they harden your access layer. And that wraps Lesson 9. Next up, we'll close out Module 3 with a full recap of VLANs and trunking, tying everything from access ports to snooping into one clean review. If this lesson helped, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. The full course lives on Dargslan.com whenever you're ready to keep going.